I'm Cliff Bayuga, and you are watching me draw. I've always enjoyed pop art when I was growing up as a kid, and I really enjoy the 60s. So today I'm going to be sketching out a pop girl, my version of a pop art girl, and then I'll go to the ink and then to the coloring. The software I'm using today is Clip Studio. Hopefully you're familiar with that. It's a lot like Sketchbook Pro. It's a lot like Procreate. I use my iPad when I draw these drawings, and they're all, to me, basically the same software. Maybe one can do something better than the other. But when I do these pop drawings, I like the Clip Studio line correct. You'll see when I get to the inking part, you'll see how nice and smooth and clean the lines are. It's not because I'm so skilled, it's because the Clip Studio software fixes my line work. Today the sketch I'm doing is just something pretty much out of my head. I do use reference, but today I'm going to just be drawing and let my hand figure it out for me. I like to look at things and for inspiration, but I don't always like to know where I'm going. I kind of like to see how it turns out, more by feel. When I'm drawing a person, it gets to be where I'm so intent on making it look just like them that sometimes I'll forget a lot of the fun nuances that you can do as a caricature artist. Pulling that nose really big or small, or ears, big hair, just different things that will catch your eye. So I've been a caricaturist for the last 10 years. I got my first job at Universal Studios in Hollywood, and that's where I kind of learned that is where I learned my trade. From there, I moved on to the Los Angeles Zoo for a company called Goofy Faces, and just the last 2 years, I was at the Long Beach Aquarium at the Pacific, working there, managing there. So I managed both the locations of the LA Zoo and the Aquarium of the Pacific, and I've been a lot of fine artists. As a caricaturist, you just are always looking for something that brings out the essence of a person. In this case, I'm just having fun, and I want to build an attractive young pop girl with some really nice creamy colors. And like I said, I'm doing it just by feel. I'm letting it happen. I'm not concerned with being so correct with anatomy or anything like that. I just want to have a fun drawing that has some life to it, and that's what I'm doing. What's funny is at the theme parks that I've worked at, the zoo, the aquarium, is that I use color sticks. And the color sticks, when I apply them to the paper, I'm not the greatest colorer. It's good, it's professional, but not special in any way. I'm always a little depressed at how inferior my coloring is to the other artists. When I started doing digital, though, I couldn't figure out why I was so good at digital coloring. I don't know why. Isn't it the same thing? I guess not. My goal for digital coloring is to just have a nice, solid, creamy look. I've noticed that there's some people who use the digital coloring. They'll have like really harsh, sort of like, I don't know, it just seems like they are just having trouble using the brushes that the different software provides, the Photoshop brush or the in this case the Clip Studio brush. And I can tell that they're good artists, but for some reason, when it comes to digital coloring, they get little stops, and it looks a little rough, it looks a little amateurish, it looks a little startling to me. When it's, to me, it's very, it just seems to make so much sense to have these nice, clean applications on one color to the next. When you do a highlight, color, like a white on the eyes, or blush on the cheeks, that be very subtle or very intentionally sharp, clean shaped lines, as you can see on what I'm doing here. Everything is just sort of, even though it's a hard line, it blends, and I can't explain it. I just do it. So that's why I guess I'm doing this video, correct? Right? So you can watch me. I'm watching myself. In fact, I better watch myself. As I get down to the stretch run of coloring this drawing, I'm always at a point where I'm afraid to do too much. I'm afraid to do too little. It depends on the drawing. Sometimes I'll just keep, babying it, adding a little bit more blush, adding a little bit more color here, a little more eyeliner here. Is that too dark? Is that too light? And then just keep, making 500 decisions. And other times, I go, oh, that looks good. And I'll just stop, back off, and I'll look at it, and I go, no, that looks good. And then I go, no, that doesn't look good. So I'll have to go back and add some more color, or take some more chances with the shading of a particular area. And usually when I start adding the whites in the eyes, a little maybe white on the lips, on the nose, that's pretty much when I've decided it's done. This looks great. Or I go, I hate it. So tomorrow I can love it. Artists, we always beat each other up. So anyway, this is what the drawing's going to look like pretty much. And hope you enjoyed this video. And if you want, you can subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, that's fine too. And have a happy drawing day.